Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Welcome to a What Sold video. OMG, can you believe it? It has been a long time since I have done a What Sold. Now, normally my What Sold videos are more like rescue box recaps where I talk about a particular box that I've opened in the past, what sold from that box, and how much profit I made on those boxes. I love those videos, and if you guys miss those, make sure to drop that down in the comments and let me know if you want those to come back. But today, I wanted to talk to you about the listing challenge that I did the month of August. So I've done a few listing challenges in the past. I did do one in May, and then I joined Jennifer over at French Teacher in VA for the second half of July in her listing challenge, and then I also did one the whole month of August with Misty over at Skeeter Jones. So let's talk about listing and let's talk about what sold in August. Does listing a lot really equate to more sales? Let's find out. In addition, after that, we're going to be talking about the RealReal. I'm going to give you an update on the items that sold from my last consignment, which I sent to them the end of May. So I can let you know what sold from that consignment and how much money I made on my consignment to the RealReal. And at the end of the video, I will be pulling the giveaway winner for the listing challenge. So I challenged you guys, since I was challenging myself, to follow me along in my shorts feed. And for those of you who commented every single day in my shorts feed in August, I entered you in for a chance to win a gift card. So I will be drawing the winner of that today at the end of the video. All right, so let's jump into it. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to point out my jewelry today. So I am doing, you guys know, I love coin jewelry. And I was very inspired because a friend sent me this adorable coin, like little headpiece. So I have in my little headband that has coins on it. And so I'm going for a whole coin look. I usually wear a lot of like gold coin jewelry. So I wanted to pull out more of my silver pieces today. So I have this gorgeous piece, which I hung on the torque that I got out of the Goodwill jewelry jar that I opened recently, which is the best jewelry jar. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to beat it, you guys. And that was one I picked up at my local Goodwill. If you missed that video, please check it out. It was amazing. I will make sure to link that above. I also have on, you can't see the bottom part, but I have on like a coin dangle at the bottom. And then I have on a couple coin bracelets and a pair of coin clip-on earrings. So we're ready to go. I mean, I'm dripping in money and we're talking about money. So let's see what sold in the month of August. Now, my sales definitely picked up in May when I did the listing challenge then. And they also picked up in July. Like my sales for July were awesome when I joined Jennifer for the second half of her listing challenge. But I'm just going to talk about August for this month, let you know what sold, what platform it sold on, and how much money I made. Okay, so in July, when I did do that listing challenge with Jennifer, I listed for 26 days and I listed 149 items. Now in August, I listed 31 days and I listed 116 items, okay? So that is a total, just want to give myself a little pat on the back, okay? That is a total of 57 consecutive days of listing, okay? And that is 265 total items that I listed between July and August. So yay me. Okay, so let's talk about Poshmark. I sell on, well, I sell on YouTube, but I didn't have to list anything for my YouTube sales, so we're not going to talk about that today. But I do list on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop. And then, of course, I also send some items into the RealReal. So those are the platforms we're going to cover today. And first, we're going to start with Poshmark. So I had 6 total sales on Poshmark for the month of August. And Poshmark is, like always, the slowest selling for me. Just saying. I don't know. For some of you who only sell on Poshmark, I don't know how you would do it. Like, my Poshmark closet struggles, okay? Like eBay for me is by far like my best platform. So, all right, the first item that sold on Poshmark was actually a bundle of 5 items. They were Kendra Scott pieces. So most of them were necklaces. Some of those I got out of mixed jewelry boxes. A couple I picked up at my local thrift, and a pair of earrings I also thrifted, which I paid way up for because they were a rare pair. I had a YouTube subscriber who bundled those, and I gave her a great deal. And so she bought that bundle of 5 items from me off of Poshmark for $199. So thank you. And I hope that either you're enjoying them or reselling them and making a good profit. So that was the first item, which was really 5 items. So off of Poshmark. The next item to sell was by White House Black Market. And this was a stone necklace. Had lots of different stones and then a tassel that hung down at the bottom. It was new with tags. And this one had a pretty high retail, if I'm not mistaken. But the resale on them was not super great. I did end up selling this on Poshmark for $12. I will be putting pictures up on the screen so you can see the listing, you can see what it looked like, and if you're not totally paying attention to everything I'm saying, you should be able to see the amount it sold for, okay? The next item that sold was by Vince. I love selling Vince items. They don't necessarily move super fast or for the most, but a good quality brand. This was a white men's polo shirt that I picked up at my local thrift on Dollar Day, you guys. And it was white, which means it normally would have stains, and this one was in great condition. That one sold on Poshmark for $13. Yay. Okay, the next item was a pair of Athleta shorts. These were the Brooklyn Bermuda short. I actually picked these up for me. They're new with tags. They did have a little mark on the front that I thought that I was going to be able to get out. I got some of it out, not the whole thing. And then I put them on and I was like, these do not look good on me at all. They're like really long, which I know, Bermuda, and I'm not like super tall. And I'm like, no, we're not. I can't keep these. So luckily new with tags. I believe I did offer them up here on the channel. No one took that. So listed. They did sell on Poshmark for $22. Those, I think I only had $1.50 into, if I'm not mistaken about that. Okay. Next, I sold a pair of hair clips, or a pack of hair clips from Anthropologie. They were like big cubed clip in the hair, hair clips, which you know I love hair accessories. These were too big for me. And they were new on the card. I believe I got them out of a fun box. So my cost of goods was about, I don't know, $3.54. And those sold on Poshmark for $11. Someone must have sent me an offer. The next item that sold on Poshmark was a J. Crew, like gold tone and then large black, like stones across it or glass. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was gorgeous statement necklace. And of course, you know, I love black jewelry. So I loved this one. I did not keep it. I did list it. That one sold on Poshmark for $15. The last item to sell for me in August was Longchamp, you guys. This was a black shoulder bag that I got out of a designer box. So I had, you know, $20-ish into it. And when I first got it, it had something super sticky in the pocket. I was able to use coconut oil to massage that out and then cleaned that out with rubbing alcohol. Luckily, the inside was nylon, so that worked. And I was originally going to keep this for myself. It, aside from the sticky, which is not a huge deal, it was in great shape, like perfect condition. I kept it for a while. I did not carry it once, you guys. And so I'm like, I just need to list this. So I listed it for sale and I sold that for $45. Yay. So honorable mention also goes to Longchamp, okay? Because we're in September now, just a few days. And you guys, I already sold another Longchamp item out of my closet. So I am going to give some honorable mentions to sales that have happened over the past couple days or brands that I've sold multiple items by that brand over the past few months. So Longchamp is one of those, if you have some that you have not listed, get them listed. I've sold 2 Longchamp items in the course of like a week. So yay. The other item from my Poshmark closet that sold like in the past few days was that James Avery travel jewelry case that you may remember me showing on the channel. I thrifted that at my local thrift store. The comps on this jewelry case, you guys, were crazy. Someone has one listed for $250, okay? Another one's listed for like $150, so your girl listed it for $99, okay? And it sold at full price within a day or two of me listing it on Poshmark. So that doesn't go toward my August sales, but I wanted to also say the James Avery pieces that I have listed have sold. Another Bolo brand that if you have any James Avery pieces lying around or that you've thrifted, make sure to get those listed. I also sold in the past few days a Burberry sweatshirt. Many of you might remember I recently unboxed that. It was a pink sweatshirt, had some kind of like light background stains. I got most of them out, but there was still one kind of above the logo that was very light. I did photograph that, mention it in the description, and that sold also on Poshmark. So designer items moving on Poshmark plus the James Avery. Okay. So for Poshmark, I sold a total of 6 items. Really, we could say 10 because of that Kendra Scott bundle for $317 total revenue. That is not minus the fees and all that good stuff. Y'all know I don't have time to be calculating all that, okay? But that's my total revenue. Next, let's talk about Depop. I want to give Depop like a shout out, okay? Because during the listing challenge, I started cross-listing some other platforms that I wasn't already selling on. One of those being Depop, and I've made one sale on there. So I'm going to mention it, okay? Because I'm proud of myself, okay? I sold one item, and that was a pair of alpaca earrings. This is from a lot I got from Shop Goodwill of alpaca jewelry, which I love, that had abalone in it and things like that. And this was a pair that I decided not to keep, and those sold on Depop for $15. Okay, so another platform that I started cross-listing to is Mercari. So on Mercari, I've had a little bit better luck than I've had on Depop, and I have sold 4 items, all in August. One of those being a Brighton wallet. This wallet I picked up at my local thrift. I've talked a little bit on the channel lately about, you guys, check your small goods at the thrift store. I have had so much good luck thrifting wallets, travel jewelry cases, cosmetic cases, and things like that for super cheap, and then them being worth a ton or at least a decent amount to resell. So make sure you're checking those. This Brighton wallet, normally my thrift prices Brighton up. They did not price this wallet up for whatever reason. I don't know if they didn't realize it was Brighton or what the deal was, but this had a like zebra print on the top flap of like a calf hair. It was a vintage Brighton wallet. It was in excellent condition. The only thing that was wrong with it was there was a little bit of that hair on the top that was missing, which of course I noted in the photographs. That sold almost immediately as soon as I listed it, $30 on Mercari. I think I picked it up for like $3 maybe from my local thrift. The next item to sell on Mercari was a Smashbox bronzer by Becca. Smashbox, right, Becca, if I can talk. Like highlighter bronzer. It was from a FabFitFun bundle. I usually get their mystery bundle from FabFitFun. I love doing the FabFitFuns. I used to buy items to resell through there. I don't feel like the resale value is usually there anymore because it's oversaturated in the resale market. But if I get an item that I know I'm not going to use or keep, and y'all, this face can't take any bronzer, okay? The pale skin is in, y'all. You know, I was going to list that. That sold pretty quickly for $12. Just happy with that. The next item to sell on Mercari was a Parker Daniels cuff bracelet. This was one that I got out of some sort of bulk jewelry box. I don't remember if it was a DIY or Goodwill, but I believe it was in one of my bulk boxes, so cost of goods would have been pretty low on it. And there was a little bit of scuffing to the metal part of the cuff, and this sold for $11.25. I believe that they sent me an offer and I accepted it. The last item to sell on Mercari was a pair of Solon's sandals. They were like a blue kind of suede sandal that I got out of a ThredUp shoebox. This I went ahead and listed, and then I was like, maybe I'll keep it for myself. And I was planning on doing that, but then I never wore them and somebody bought them. So perfect. And I sold those on Mercari for $13. So 4 items on Mercari for the month of August, $66.25 total revenue. And Mercari doesn't have seller fees. So that all went into my pocket, minus the cost of goods, of course. Okay, now let's talk about eBay, you guys. eBay is like my true love. Okay, like eBay and I have a really good relationship, and eBay loves me. So I love eBay in return. All right, eBay, I sold 16 items the month of August. I'm going to go through those one by one quickly. The first item to sell in the month of August was a pair of Brighton. Hear that name again? Brighton. We're going to talk about Brighton products here in just a minute. A pair of Brighton cross stud earrings. These sold on eBay for $15. Yay. Next item to sell in the month of August on eBay was by Hallmark. Many of you know I love selling Hallmark ornaments because I collect them, and I like selling what I like. I don't know, probably not reseller of the year, okay, but I just love thrifting and selling items that I enjoy myself. So I sell ornaments. This is one that I had done a bulk buyout of my local Hallmark back in the day, like around COVID times, I think. And this was like some of their clearance ornaments. I ended up paying 27 cents an ornament. And so that was my cost of goods for this one. And this was a Hallmark Keepsake 2019 baby girl. They're super cute little teddy bear, like baby booties. So adorable. I sold this on eBay for $8.90. Yay. If you're looking for any ornaments, I still have a ton listed. Check out my closet. Okay. The next item to sell was by the brand Yagel Azrael. I'm probably not saying that correct. A striped shirt. It was white with some blue, like navy stripes across it. It was in great condition. This came out of a designer box, so I've got $20-ish into it. It's not a brand that would do well at TheRealReal, so I had it listed. I think I've had it listed for a while, and that ended up selling for $25. Is that a great profit? No, that's probably no profit at all. But sometimes with the designer items out of these boxes, especially with the way that the designer boxes have been lately with more luxe items, if you can even make close to your cost of goods back on most of the items in the box, that's winning. The goal is to have 1 or 2 items in the box that will pay for your box, and then the rest you're trying to make back your cost of goods. That's how I look at it. So yay, we got our cost of goods back on that. Next item to sell in the month of August was a chunky faux pearl necklace. This was unbranded. Don't remember where I got it from. I think out of a ThredUp mixed jewelry box. Honestly, I was thinking about delisting it because I thought this isn't ever going to sell. Someone bought it, you guys. I was thrilled. $10 on eBay. Yay. It was in excellent condition. So I hope you're enjoying it. Next item to sell was actually a mistake. This was a Coach Tattersall pill case. And many of you may have seen me unbox that out of a fun box, and my cost of goods was low. I had a subscriber that was super interested in purchasing this. The subscriber price that I gave on the channel was $20 because I would have listed it for at least $40, okay? Because the comps were really good on this item. This particular subscriber lived out of the country, so that's what I usually do is I will honor the price that I say, and then I'll put it on eBay, and they can go buy it and then pay the shipping through eBay, and we ship it that way. The shipping ended up being too much through eBay. And so before I could even revise my listing, somebody bought it, you guys. I could not believe it. I was like, oh no, it's sold, not for what I was hoping for at all, for $20. So hopefully that person's enjoying their like awesome deal that they got. The next item that sold on eBay was by IRO. IRO is a designer brand. This is a leather jacket I got out of a designer box a long time ago, and I have had it sitting in my pile of things to rehab because the leather is super faded and it needs a good overhaul, and I can do it. but it was a lot, you guys. And so I thought, when am I going to have time to work on this? I'm not. So I thought, let me go ahead and just list it, note, and take pictures of all the areas where it's faded and list it low and see if somebody wants to buy it and like fix it up themselves. And then if not, when I have time, I'll fix it and then I'll relist it for higher. Okay. Someone bought it, you guys. So happy. Now I don't have to work on the jacket. It's gorgeous, like lambskin leather jacket. $50. Yay. Okay. Next to sell on eBay was by Victoria's Secret, and this was a pair of thigh highs in a cream color. New in package. I got those out of a fun box. They sold on eBay for $10.50. The next item to sell was a vintage cameo ring. Many of you probably saw me unbox that out of a mixed jewelry box. I got a bunch of rings in that box that were amazing. This one was gorgeous, and if we're being honest, if it would have been in my size, I totally would have kept it. It's a little bit of a smaller size. I was able to find an exact match for it online, and it sold on eBay for $68. Yay. Next item to sell was another piece of jewelry, and this was a vintage West Germany chunky, like linked linked bracelet. It had a little bit of wear to it. I mean, it is vintage. I picked this up at my local thrift, probably for $2 or $3, and I just loved it. And I was going to keep it for myself. Got it home and I'm like, Christina, you already have one just like this. Story of my life. Okay. So I decided to list it. It sold on eBay for $22. Next item to sell on eBay was another item I showed on the channel during my thrift haul video, which if you didn't check out my thrift haul video, what are you waiting for? You guys, my thrift store is fire. Okay. Like, I find awesome stuff all the time. Okay. So if you missed that video, I'll link it above. Go check it out. I brought this to you guys in my thrift haul. This was an Isaac Mizrahi passport cover. Again, check your small goods, okay, at your thrift, because I've been finding some awesome stuff. This, I think I paid maybe $3 for, okay, which maybe was too much for an Isaac Mizrahi passport holder, but it's okay. That sold on eBay for $9. So, I'm happy with that. Next item to sell was by Banana Republic. This was a like faux tortoiseshell like hair tie, like hair ponytail holder, whatever, that had a piece of like the faux tortoiseshell on the top. It was, I think it was new tags. Now I can't remember. Anyway, that was in a mixed jewelry box, you guys. Womp womp. And I'm like, this is never gonna sell. It did, yay, for $5. So winning on that one. The next item to sell on eBay was Pandora, you guys. This was a Pandora charm that was the number 30 dangle that goes on your bracelet. I unboxed this during a collab that I did with Brighton over at Brighten Your Day. And we each purchased 2 mystery lots from Unclaimed Baggage that had Pandora charms, you guys. I have since done another one of those and was also very happy with that. I will, when they're running another special, 100% be buying another one of those mystery boxes. So this sold on eBay for $15. The next item to sell on eBay was an Anne Klein watch. And this one, I believe I also got out of a mixed jewelry box. It was in excellent condition. I mean, except for the fact that it needed a new battery. But it had a pale pink enamel around the watch band, gorgeous face, no scratching on that bezel. Beautiful, like in perfect condition, really. So I listed that, and that sold on eBay for $12. All right, next item was also a jewelry item. This was by 1928. I think I also got this one out of a bulk box. I don't remember if it was a ThredUp one or if it was a Goodwill, but it was a little critter brooch, like maybe, I don't know if it was like a butterfly. It's not really a butterfly, some sort of insect. I don't know. But it was adorable, kind of a bronze tone with lots of different colored stones in it. This one sold for $8. Okay, next item to sell, you guys, was a James Avery ring. So remember, James Avery, that's another bolo. That's another item or brand that I've been selling a lot of. So this ring was a little sterling silver ring that had a heart with a little cross. Maybe some of you guys remember I showed that item during one of my recent videos. I picked it up in the jewelry tray at my local Goodwill. That one sold on eBay. I did take an offer. I had listed it higher. Someone sent me an offer for $30 and I just went ahead and accepted it, you guys. I had it listed for a very short amount of time, just like that James Avery travel case. So if you see James Avery that's not marked up super high when you're out thrifting, make sure to pick it up. Well, check comps first, of course. I'm the worst at that, okay? But James Avery has been selling super well for me, okay? Next item, or last item that sold for August on eBay is, here we go again, another repeat brand for me. Consistent seller is Brighton. This was the Starry Night cross bracelet. I think maybe I picked this up at my local thrift, if I'm not mistaken. Can't totally remember. Really cute bracelet, and that one sold on eBay for $25. I have very good luck selling Brighton jewelry. Also clearly like the wallet. I have a cosmetic pouch listed that hasn't sold yet. Those things for me have been selling really well. I also want to give an honorable mention and a shout out to another item that just sold on eBay in the past couple of days, and that is the Michael Kors sterling hoops that I opened on the channel as part of Brighton from Brighten Your Days reseller box. I got those listed and they literally sold in like one day. These sold for $35 on eBay. So honorable mention to those Michael Kors hoops that did so well and sold so fast. As far as other brands that I've noticed repeatedly selling for me over the past few months, Swarovski. I have a great track record with selling Swarovski. The Longchamp I mentioned, I've sold a few Longchamp items recently. James Avery, Brighton. And also, if we're talking about categories, I've been selling a lot of jewelry and also small leather goods. So hopefully that gives you guys some insight, at least as to what's selling for me. So if we look at the total during my listing challenge for my August sales, I sold on all 4 platforms that I'm listing on 27 total items, which is really more like, I don't know, 31 because of that Kendra Scott bundle, for $731.65. I don't know if I mentioned my total on eBay. Let me back up. Was 16 items for $333.40. So you guys, excellent sales this month for me. I am a part-time reseller. I bring you content and information based on my experiences in selling part-time. So I hope that that helps all of you. So now let's talk about my other platform, TheRealReal. I did a consignment with them earlier this year and then also again in May. I try to wait. I probably send them to them usually 4 times a year. I try to wait until they have a really awesome promotion where I am going to get some sort of good credit or something like that, that I can buy different things. And I definitely have, you guys. I bought a pair of David Yurman hoops with one of my credits and a Prada wallet with one of my credits. So I use those credits to buy some things for myself. So I try to wait till they have a really good promotion, send some items in, and try to hit that mark so that I can get a credit to shop on their site. So before I get into what has sold from my last consignment, I wanted to bring up, if you are thinking about consigning into the RealReal and you have never done it before, you're a first-time consigner, they now do have a referral offer. So if you're thinking about doing it, I will put the referral link below in the description. It is like an affiliate link where, because I refer you, you will get a $100 credit to shop, and then I will get a $100 credit to shop. So definitely take advantage of that. This is a new thing that they've just recently started doing. They didn't used to have any sort of referral credits or anything like that. So if you're interested, make sure to use that link. It will be good for you. And then of course for me. So I don't know that I have enough items to be sending in for September. I looked at their offer for this month and I think I would have to send in like 20 items. And I have slowed down a bit on the designer boxes and been selling a lot of it on my own. So I don't think I'm going to consign for September. I think I will save up my items and then see what their offer is for October and do another big consignment for October, which of course I will bring to you. If you missed my last video that is talking about what I sent into the RealReal for this consignment, I will make sure to link that video above. You can go back and watch. I talk about why I picked the pieces I did to send in. And, you know, a lot of times I'll send in things maybe that aren't selling or that will be harder for me to sell if it will get me to that number to get me the credit. Okay. So, for May, which I sent this in like the very end of May, for their May promotion, I sent in a total of 24 items, actually 23 items, and they returned 3 back to me. They ended up listing 21 of those items. Of the 21, 12 have sold. Now, there was a little bit of a weird situation because I did, for the first time ever, well, not ever, but mostly, send in jewelry. I've sent in, I think I sent in an Alexander McQueen bracelet one time that was a designer brand, but this time I sent in some gold. I decided that would be a good avenue to send in some of these wearable things that I maybe didn't have a high cost of goods in to, and to see how it did. I'm like testing it out. Okay. One of those items was a 10 karat gold flower pendant that had a diamond in the center on a gold chain. One of my items that was returned was the chain, but not the pendant. So they took the pendant off of the chain and listed that, but returned the chain to me. I reached out to complain about that because it was not listed as high as I had expected because it didn't have the chain with it, you guys. It sold before I got in touch with my rep. So anyway, that happened. Okay. But otherwise, the other jewelry that I did sell to them, which we will go over, all the jewelry that I sent into them sold. Okay. And it sold pretty well. So I was happy with that little experiment. Okay. So the first item that sold from the consignment that I sent into them was the Marc Jacobs leather handle bag. And this was a red, gorgeous bag that I had gotten out of a designer box. Again, I kept it for myself. And then I'm like, I haven't even carried this. So I decided I conditioned it, cleaned it up, sent that in. It's gorgeous. They listed that, or I don't know what they listed it for. I'm looking at my like inventory sheet from them. It doesn't tell me what they listed it for. Originally, it tells me what it sold for. So it ended up selling for $90, and then, which they must have listed it higher than that because it would have been over that $100 mark for sure on all of these. But anyway, it sold for $90, and then I received $18 from that bag. So not quite my cost of goods. Again, sometimes I send in items just to hit my minimum to get my promotional credit. So anyways, I'm happy to move that along. The next item that I sent in was a Henry Bendel leather handle bag. And this was adorable, you guys. I had a subscriber that sent this to me to either keep or resell. And I decided to send it into the RealReal. This sold for $85.50. And then my payout on that was $17.10. So that was awesome. Had no cost of goods into that. So that was pure profit. The next item that sold was the La Double J printed midi length skirt. Now, if you remember, y'all, I opened this out of a scrap fabric box and it had a RealReal tag on it. It was a gorgeous printed skirt. And when I looked up the comps for it, I was shook. So I sent that into them. It sold quick, you guys. Sold for $292. And when I say things sell quick, I'm going in the order that things sold. So that Marc Jacobs bag was the first thing to sell. Then the Henry Bendel. and then now the La Double J, okay? So that sold for $292, and then my payout on that was $160.60. So in my opinion, with the RealReal, you are looking to sell an item for $200 or more. That is where you're going to get your best payout, not your best payout, but for me, that's like the sweet spot on your commission, okay, to make it worth it. So I typically, unless I'm trying to hit that promotional offer, I try not to send in anything that is not going to sell for $200, or less. So I was very happy with that. My payout was $160.60. And again, I got that out of a scrap fabric box, you guys. Okay, that was winning. Immediately made a huge profit on that box. Which drop it in the comments if you guys want me to do another one of those scrap fabric boxes. I haven't ordered one since. Oh no, let me know what you want me to unbox, okay? Next item that sold was the Prada snakeskin animal print slingback pumps. These were in like a rainbow colored snakeskin, gorgeous. I also think that they were vintage. Those sold for $168, and my payout on that was $75.60. Those came in a designer box. And so right there, I've paid for like half the box. So happy with that. The next item to sell was the 14 karat gold diamond flower pendant, which was the one that they took off the chain, you guys. That sold for $75. And so my payout was $15, you guys. That's what I'm saying. It's like, not happy they took it off the chain, okay? Lesson learned with that, okay? But I was happy that sold quickly, and it is out of my inventory. I got it out of a bulk box. I'm pretty sure it was a Goodwill box, like blue box, and so, I didn't have a lot of money into it. I just wish I would have sold it for more. Okay, the next item that sold was the Rag & Bone leather espadrilles. These were, again, part of that box from a subscriber, so I didn't have any money into them. They sold for $76, and then my payout was $15.20. So again, that was all profit. I didn't have any money into those. Okay, next item that sold was a St. John short-sleeved button-up top. Did I thrift this? Or did it come in a designer box? I can't remember. Anyways, that sold for $38.50. St. John does not resell well on the RealReal, y'all. So just heads up on that. And so my payout on that was $7.70. I do occasionally find really good deals at my thrift. And actually now I'm remembering that I definitely did find this at my thrift. I sent this in because it did not have a size. When things don't have a size, I send them into the RealReal, because as a reseller, it is hard. I mean, you could do measurements, but it's easier to have them sell it than me. So they sold this item for me. I paid, y'all are going to die over this. I paid 50 cents for this at my thrift store, you guys. And it was like, I wouldn't have called it like, what did they call it? A button-up top. I mean, it did button, but it was almost like a short-sleeve jean jacket, okay, in like a yellow. It was really cute. And if it would have fit me, I honestly probably would have kept it. Okay, next item to sell, which actually was the first item to sell and then got sent back for a return. They denied the return and then sent it back. So this was a 14 karat gold bangle bracelet. And again, if this would have fit me, y'all, I totally would have kept this. This is one I found at my thrift store. They had it with like their junk bracelets, like other bangles, right? Except it was stamped 14 karat gold. I picked this up for $2, you guys. I've held on to it for a while because I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And I ended up sending it into them. This bangle sold immediately, like I said, for $565. My payout on that was $339. Gold is king, y'all. So I hope someday to find another like score like that, but that was amazing. So I made a huge profit on that. The next item to sell was a Sandro crew neck jumpsuit. This was in a really cute blue. Again, I believe we were missing the size on this. And so I sent that into the RealReal. That did sell for $42, which is not too bad for Sandro. But again, because it's under that kind of mark, my payout on that was $8.40. I did get that out of a designer box. So if you're comparing it to the cost of goods, I did lose money there. Okay. Next item to sell was a Moschino graphic print crew neck t-shirt. It's the one that has the teddy bear on it, a little t-shirt. This one I think was like a diffusion line actually, but they didn't have it listed that way, so that's fine. This one was listed for a while. This one did eventually sell for $81, and then my profit was $16.20. So I'm okay with that. Again, I got it out of a designer box. And you know, let's be honest, sometimes I have trouble selling that brand. So that was fine. Okay. The next item to sell was my other piece of jewelry that I had sent in, which was a 14 karat gold diamond contour band. So this is like a wedding band that goes with your wedding set. So it had a style to it. It was like, they call it contoured. I called it like a wave. Okay. So to me, that was going to be kind of hard to sell. I don't know the like quality of the diamonds that are in it. I got it out of, I don't know. It was a jewelry box of some sort, maybe a mixed box. I'm not sure. Great find. That sold for $241.51. And my cut on that was $132.82. So very happy with that. Certainly made me, I think I got it out of a mixed box. So certainly made me a huge profit off of that mixed box just by selling that one item. The last item to sell from this consignment was an Isabel Marant silk blazer. I think this got put in the designer box because it was raw silk and it looked like it had a lot of pilling to it. This took a while to sell and they discounted it pretty deep. It ended up selling for $47.50. And so my cut on that was only $9.50, you guys. So again, is that something that I could have sold on my own? Totally. But you guys, I got some great credits throughout. There were 2 promotions going on during this particular month. And they usually do that. They usually have like 2 different goals you can reach on your consignments. And I try to participate in a month where I can think I can hit both so that I can get both credits and buy something for myself, you guys. So that was awesome. I still have 9 items left that are consigned with them. I'm quickly just going to go over the brands of those items just to give you a heads up on what's sitting. And one of them I'm super surprised about. 2 of them actually. We have a Nicholas striped midi length skirt. And the reason I'm reading the whole title is because it's not a skirt, y'all. It's a top. Okay. They have it listed completely incorrectly. I have reached out to them and they have not fixed it yet. Nicholas isn't going to resell that great anyway on the RealReal, but I'm hoping they'll get that fixed soon. Maybe they'll like relist it or something. I don't know. Escada, Etro, Burberry. Those are shoes. Giuseppe Zanotti, Salvatore Ferragamo, Gucci. You guys, I have a pair of Gucci sneakers with them that have not sold yet. I can't. Henry Bendel, which usually the Gucci stuff sells really fast. The Henry Bendel I get. And then you guys, the Prada kitten heels that I picked up at my thrift store. Those still haven't sold yet, y'all. So in your inventory list, if you download it from the RealReal, it will give you a breakdown of everything that you've sold, what you have active, even things that are listed for sale. If they were to sell today, what your commission would be. So there's a lot of good information in there. And like I said, if you're interested in consigning, you've never done it before, it's fun to try to send some things in and kind of figure out what works for you in your consignment relationship with the RealReal. So those are my total sales from that last consignment. Again, I am planning on doing another one in October, and I will certainly bring you guys the video about what I will be sending into the RealReal. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this what sold video. Now it's time, you guys, to draw the giveaway winner. I am going to pull it out of this cute little sea bag. Many of you might recognize this bag. I got it in a fun box. And you guys, this bag is made for me. Literally, it's got a C on it. And y'all know I love faceted beads, and it's got beads on it. I love this woven leather. I ended up looking this up, and these bags new are like 60 bucks. Okay, so I had a great fun box that time. If you missed that video, you guys go check it out. I also had a challenge in that video that I had to wear something that Brighton sent me. And I didn't know what it was going to be, and it was really cute. So if you haven't seen that video, check that one out. I put the names of the people who commented every day in my shorts in August in here. And so I'm going to draw the name of the winner. This is in no way associated with YouTube whatsoever. And all y'all had to do was go in and support me on the reg, okay? Because I was like listing like a maniac. Before I pull the name of the winner as I'm mixing these up, for the winner, I will, on the last short that you commented on, I will reply to your comment, let you know that you won, and then you just need to email me to claim your prize, okay? No cost to you. I'm covering the whole thing. Okay, so let's pull the name of the winner. Okay, and the winner is Angela Hurt. And then it says BQ9MO. She commented every day in my short feed. Congratulations, Angela. I will reply to your comment. Just send me an email to stinaresells@gmail.com to claim your prize. Okay, so let's talk about listing real quick before I end this video. I am taking a break from listing. I didn't want to because I feel like when I take a break, it's hard for me to get back into it. And I've been on a listing streak. However, my full time has also been heating up, and I was doing both, and I really wasn't sleeping, you guys. I'm sure those of you who saw my shorts noticed they were going up at like 1 or 2 a.m. And then I'm getting up with my kids super early to make them breakfast and pack their lunches and get them off to school. So I'm taking a short break from listing to get some rest. And once I feel like I am caught up, hopefully in a week or two, I will be hopping back into my listings and start up putting those in my shorts so you guys can see what I'm listing. The other thing that I'm doing during this time is because I started cross-listing to some new platforms, I have pulled my inventory lists off of Poshmark and eBay, which are my two main reselling platforms prior to starting the cross-listing. I have some discrepancies on my listings, so I'm doing an inventory check, okay? Once I get that sorted, then I am cross-listing everything from that list over to Depop and Mercari. So I am working really hard behind the scenes, you guys, and I will be back soon for some new shorts for you all here in a week or two so you can see what I'm listing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I will be back on Thursday, and I will be opening a ThreadUp DIY 5-pound jewelry box. So make sure you subscribe and tune in on ThreadUp Thursday. Until then, bye y'all.